Greetings and best wishes for a happy... holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. So for the Cavaliers, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies in Memphis at the FedEx Forum. Outside Conley, over Young, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And you got to love just how smart of a point guard Mike Conley is. You never get the sense he is forcing anything with the ball and keeps it moving around to his teammates. Very aware of his spacing and the spacing of others while running that offense.
Middleton with it. Gasol covering. Harold. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
The Heat shooting their first free throw tonight.
And thus far, really not their year when you talk about free throw shooting. Only around a 70% clip on the season.
And Conley, who is so good with space and timing on offense, seems to always find a way to score inside.
I mean, he has that great floater to lean on for scoring. And the only thing you want from Conley is health. Has had a few too many injuries to ignore the last few seasons. This team is so visibly better when he is healthy and on the floor.
Well, Grant, one of those big guys that gets up off the ground like a guard. Love to see him throw it down.
Pass to Harris. Inside. And stolen by Simmons. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
In the corner, Middleton with it. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Middleton's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Cleveland moving the ball around. Good. 6 points for Ben Simmons.
Man, they're making everything and look confident. 5 shots, 5 makes. Yeah, it's a disappointing sequence of plays. Absolutely inexcusable turning the ball over like that.
Cleveland has come out of the gates quickly. Leading by 5. Down low. Jordan. Stolen by Michael Conley. Here's Thompson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. We hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
And here is Harris. Following the three-pointer by Trae Young. McDermott with the steal. Oh, and here comes Young all alone. And Simmons slams it in.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Conley surveying the D. Pass to Middleton. McDermott with the double team. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammate.
Whoa!
Wow.
Good look out. Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he sees it.
McDermott with the double team. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Middleton on the wing. Shot clock at 6. To the paint. Here's Harrell. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Harrell's got his second basket of the night. The Cavaliers leading by 6. Young outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Down low. Middleton. Can't hit from in close.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Here's Thompson. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back.
And he's been hitting from out there. Defensively, you're going to have to change some things up.
The classic catch-22 guy right here. If you key in on him, you're going to open up other opportunities for his teammates to have good looks.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Brent Montrezl Harrell out of Louisville came into the league as an energy player, but he can score as we're seeing in bunches.
Well, I think with starters minutes, he might give you a few 20-point nights, but mostly his impact has been huge with energy and effort coming off the bench, in constant motion around the rim, and a great finisher as well.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. Puts it up off the inbound. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury. Boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall. But he is so unique in how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
The kick out to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now, here's Thomas. Here's LeVert. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And from the line, he's knocking it down about 71% of the time, and that's a percentage that needs to go up. And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And he banks in the layup. LeVert's got 7 points in the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm. In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
I don't think you ever expect to carve out such a big lead early on in a game like this, but let's see if they can maintain momentum.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, the Cavaliers enjoying a nice lead here.
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Such a great way to get yourself into an offensive groove and build up some early confidence.
Near the three-point line, it's Thomas. That one wide left. For a long time, the answer always seemed to be LeBron James. But it seems fair to ask now, who is the best single player in the NBA, in your opinion?
LeBron James.
Me too.
Didn't you just say his name?
I
It was on my frontal
I was
lobe
thinking
here.
it, and I guess it came out.
We have so many great superstars, but after last year, his 15th season, LeBron James performing the way that he did, carrying his team back to the finals, there's just no doubt amongst peers, and we get a chance to watch him, Kevin. LeBron James is still the man in the NBA.
Ditto. Now Middleton. After Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Grant. And the dunk by Grant.
And guys, really admire how Simmons finds the open man consistently. The vision, the unselfishness. That's what you want to see out of him.
Now here's Middleton. Gasol with the steal. And pushing it up is Cleveland again in transition. And finished off by Gasol.
And guys, this is the blueprint for winning on the road. How about the level of focus on each and every possession?
I admire the approach here, especially in such a hostile environment. Offense and defense, they really played a whale of a game.
And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul. And it's Simmons penetrating. Pass to Gasol. Rebound by Harrell. The Heat trail by 19. For 3, Harris. Here's Thompson. Goes back up. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Got to make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. The defense was just okay.
The Cavaliers leading by 19 points. Jeremy Grant out of Syracuse, the rare second-round pick, Brent, who's gotten steady NBA minutes throughout his young career.
Yeah, interesting minutes last year in OKC, where he started to make a big difference, actually playing off the bench at the 5 spot and taking advantage with his quickness and athleticism on the roll. I look at a vet like Richard Mbamute, an elite defender, as a guy he might be able to emulate, but more so from the 5 position.
And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Stolen by Thompson. Heat moving the ball around. Stolen by Grant. Here's Simmons. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Harris.
I think Jeremy Grant's becoming better and better defensively. Nice job of swiping the ball away that time.
And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
Harrell, that's good.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off. It's contagious. Every guy on the team working to keep this streak alive.
It's so fun when you're rolling like this. You just want it to continue as long as possible. And right now, fingertips are ablaze.
Backcourt violation.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
I mean, these giveaways aren't doing them any favors on the scoreboard.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. And Simmons slams it in.
And you got to like what they're doing offensively, executing at a high rate and starting to pile it on.
Yeah, we're sitting here midway through the game now, and we're starting to see them take more and more control. They look very confident in what they're doing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
DeAndre Jordan, so athletic for a player of his stature, Brent. The way he moves and elevates, simply amazing.
Well, that and the consistency with which a coach can pencil him in to the lineup. He's had tremendous durability. So many 7-footers have trouble weathering the long NBA season. DeAndre Jordan, not one of them.
Here's Thomas. The Cavaliers making the shot. Miami no good on that time either.
You can't afford to let guys get comfortable there. The defense somehow avoided that shot from going in.
Pass to LeVert. And stolen by Simmons. Here's Jones.
Oh,
come on.
Wow. How about the activity of Simmons, mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult on the opposition. So good at getting steals.
It's stolen by Jones. Here's Simmons. The offensive rebound. Jones trying to get open. Count it. Jordan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And how about that beautiful display for us of DeAndre Jordan and that wingspan getting to that ball.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think, and so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Back to Smith. Outside, Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
What breathtaking quickness by Simmons. So good at blowing by whoever is brave enough to try to take him on.
Pass to LeVert. Outside Turner. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Now, he's not going to impress you with the overall athleticism, but respect the length of Pau Gasol. A powerful finish there.
Here's LeVert. He's got 7. Thomas, it's a wide open look. And he's good on the 3-ball. Thomas got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Simmons. And then Simmons slams it in.
And Simmons is a purebred scorer, a dominant offensive talent who can score in so many ways.
Back to Thomas. Here's LeVert. And Young comes over to help. Shot clock at 6. Here's Simmons. And then Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, and when Simmons is driving inside, he's going to sky up for the flush, getting to the basket in no time.
Offensive rebound. Outside for Thomas. Here's LeVert. And Young comes over to help. Gasol with the steal. And And Simmons slams it in.
Now that's what you're going to get with Pau Gasol, a tremendous passer who's got his eyes up at all times.
Well, you knew it wouldn't last forever. Couldn't last forever. LeBron's departure in the offseason. Oh!
Lightning.
That was incredible.
Is it legal to have hops like that? I mean, how is that even possible?
Only one way to describe that, baby. Up high and down hard.
What imagination. We'll be seeing that highlight for days to come.
And stolen by Thomas. And it's LeVert missing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. The G League is testing out more ways to speed up the game. Shorter overtime periods, a 14-second shot clock after an offensive rebound. You think those are necessary things?
I think they're worth trying out, Kevin. I don't know necessarily that they're necessary. Is that redundant?
No,
it might have
like
been.
It makes sense when you say it.
But the league always exploring ways to improve the game, and I commend Adam Silver and the competition committee for trying.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of three-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now, a bit out of rhythm.
That one doesn't go. And Cleveland the other way now. And it's Simmons penetrating. It's rebounded by Kuzminskis. And so Thomas will bring it up for the Miami Heat. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will conclude a three-game homestand. Pass to Kuzminskis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's LeVert. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. LeVert's got 10 points in the game.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Back to Simmons.
He's foul call. Harris. That's his first personal foul.
1:30 left to play here in the third. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And sometimes you have no chance at stopping Simmons from the interior. Just a very skilled player who gets these calls routinely.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete, or any season for that matter.
Right wing. McDermott for 3. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Timeout. Okay, Miami, now coming to the court are your Heat answers. Let them hear ya.
Heat on offense. Thomas surveying the D. On the wing, Turner. Here's LeVert. And airballs the triple. That one was way off.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs. And that's what you want in transition, a high percentage opportunity.
The story is true, and here the defense does a very poor job of matching up.
They grab their own miss. Goes back up. That ball is good for another field goal, his 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the wide open shot from Morris. Good on the three-point shot. Morris has got 5.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Miami with the ball. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Grant. Got a piece of it, but they recover it. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter. And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And so here is Miami. Down low. Here's Kuzminskis. The layup off target. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And it's Conley penetrating. And Harris slams it in.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
We hear a lot about small market teams being anxious about retaining their own star players. Is that overblown, or do you think there is reason for concern on their part?
Do we think that players are not going to get recognized if they play in a small market by the national media, if they're one of the best players?
Well, look Oklahoma City, look at Milwaukee with Antetokounmpo. I mean, they're all getting recognized.
Yeah, I think these ideas have gone by the wayside for a lot of players, and they want the best opportunity for their playing and their best opportunity to shine, no matter where that is. So it's a bit of an archaic argument, in my opinion, Kevin, the way it is that we see guys nowadays, and take the small market thing out about it. There's one market, it's called the NBA.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. Back to Harrell. Over Jordan. Good D by Jordan.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling, exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Young, right side. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And so he hits the technical free throw.
And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
Left side, Jordan. They'll double him with Harrell. Clock at 6.
Now, this is a quarter that he would love to forget as soon as possible, not getting anything to go.
Outside, Simmons. Lobs it up for Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Yeah, how many times do we see highlights like this? DeAndre Jordan loves bringing the hammer.
And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
Here's Harrell. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 14 points from Montrezl Harrell. And Simmons slams it in.
And Simmons loves jamming it through, relentless in his attack of the cup.
Young with the steal. Here's Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
Back to Harrell.
Grant could be such a devastating defender down there with those long arms and athleticism to contest shots. And this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Conley with it, and Young picks him up defensively. And Harrell slams it in.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
A solid three-point marksman. Harris has that inside-outside offensive game.
Kevin, is there another player out there capable of moves as stunning as that?
A handful at the most. He is in elite company.
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And then there's the other team. Can't say that about them. Big gap in the recent field goal percentage between these two squads. Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
Back to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Cavaliers.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Ben Simmons.
Really liked the ball movement all night long. He was excellent at setting the table for his guys. Table for four.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
It's a shame because this is the team we expected to see. Fighting on every possession. I think it's just too late.
Oh, and here comes Young all alone. They get it back. Grant outside. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Second shot opportunity. Good D by Thompson. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Shot's good by Middleton.
Middleton only takes a second to get that shot off. Such a good catch and shoot game.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his fifth foul. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Conley. To the middle. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively.
That's his first personal foul.
That's good from Simmons.
And the Australian Simmons, a star in the making, folks. Thanks really in part to that tremendous skill set to go along with that gigantic frame.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
From deep three-point range. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.